WTL.
It's time!
WTL.
I think we got a show. Oh, yeah, we got a show.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the Line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm host Andy Classen, joined by
The J.O.
The J.O.
Oh,
Looking good, feeling good?
I'm feeling good.
Feeling good?
Yeah,
all right.
feeling pretty good.
I just listened to your last Laugh With Me pod.
you.
It seems like you exercised some demons. Got a little,
I did. You
little
know,
something off your chest.
sometimes it's just, so Laugh With Me was, we got a nomination, a local award nomination. We were pretty proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody else who was nominated against us
Yeah?
felt maybe we shouldn't have.
What?
And took some, I would much rather you just say, hey, you don't belong here, versus the snide,
The backhanded
sarcastic-
compliments.
Yeah.
What?
Which is what we got. And then when I got called him out on it,
Mm-hmm.
boy, he really played dumb. So, yeah,
Why can't we all just get along?
we had a burial, basically, on Laugh With Me.
We bodied him.
Yes.
My gosh. Well, and then we just saw I heard a question on 1620 The Zone earlier today, and I forget what program. I think it was Unsportsmanlike.
Okay.
The question was, does Iowa own Nebraska?
Oh, 100%
My
now.
God. And, well, Michael Severe's guest, he's a guest host right now, filling in for John. And he said, well, they have a lease. They definitely have a lease.
That's a good way of putting it. I mean, Nebraska is 3-20 all time in Iowa City. That's just basketball. We're not even talking about football.
Yeah. Yeah. And everyone's thinking football. And that's maybe worse. And also you had the Iowa hadn't beaten a ranked opponent since like 2020? I don't know. It was a long time.
How weird was it
Ugh.
to see a team storm the court against Nebraska?
Yeah.
That was wild.
We're going to get into that. That actually made the predictions market when we
Oh.
talk prediction markets.
Okay.
There's been some big names thrown out there that have taken notice, that have seen this. It has made the rounds on X, and it's kind of fun looking at the two sides. There's multiple camera angles now surfacing, and it's being investigated by the big.
It's investigated.
For those that don't know, after the court was stormed, an Iowa fan got in the face of head coach Fred Hoiberg and asked him, "How do you like that, buddy?" or "Good game, buddy," and put his
phone in his face.
It got smacked out of his hand. And everybody's got a take on that. So we'll get into that.
Okay,
But
I'm excited for
what
that.
What did you think of the game though? 57-52. I thought there was a lot to be desired as far as the officiating, and I hate beating up the officials. I'm the son of an official, so I get it. I always try to watch it through their lens. And I do believe that crew was trying to maybe trying too hard to balance out Nebraska got a foul. We got to balance that out. Now we got to give Iowa a foul. You can't do that.
No.
You just got to call it straight up.
You got to call it straight up, and you can't overthink it. To your point, you get those calls come your way, kind of makeup calls, but you can't force it, and it changes, kind of the flow of the game.
There was twice, and that was a big part of it was they never allowed any flow of the game to happen, and a lot of that was Iowa and their pace of play, which is excruciatingly boring.
It was not good. It was boring.
But anytime Nebraska would score 5 points in a row, they'd call a timeout. That's fine. That's good coaching. But especially down the stretch, there was a couple of times there where the whistle was blown with authority, and it was for no other reason, from what I could tell, is, that didn't look good. That didn't look right. The one was Brendan Frager where he fell over top of a kid.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, you had a clenched fist pointing at both players. Okay, so what's the foul?
Right.
No foul? Nebraska had a fast break off that board going, so that killed it. And then he had the over and back on Lawrence. He didn't go over and back.
Nope.
It didn't look good. I mean, he was kind of tripping, but so there was a couple of obvious ones that didn't go our way. So it's easy to blame the officials on the road environment, but really the problem for Nebraska was their offense.
The offense, and it's been a struggle for a stretch now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a team that it couldn't be beaten. They literally could not be beaten for a good chunk of this season.
20 games in a row or so.
And then, you lose a couple, and they gained momentum from a couple of those losses.
Yeah.
But then since then, holy cow, they have lost that magic.
They've dropped 4 of the last 6 games. And throw a little salt in the wound here, and we're shipping money back to the books here. That was the most bet game that night. NCAA game nationwide was the Nebraska. A lot of people got it at +1.5.
Yeah. It was good money.
And whether it was Warhorse, because it was a road game, you could bet on Nebraska in state here, or whether it was out in Vegas or wherever, the handle was heavy on Nebraska covering, and Nebraska didn't cover.
Guys and gals, we can't give the money back to the book. What are we doing here?
I swear to gosh, I did. I stayed away from that one.
Have to.
I stayed away from. Well, it's Iowa.
Yeah, that's exactly. That was exactly what I was gonna say. It's versus Iowa. So just for the fact that I don't want to feel personally responsible for the jinx, I'm gonna stay away from it.
So there was a lot of discussion and back and forth on X, which is just a great place. I think that's why Twitter, or X now, was created, was for fans to get together
and talk.
Yeah, talk and share ideas, good ideas, bad ideas, we'd figure it out.
The great community, they call it.
The great community, the town square. As Elon calls it. Well, we got some information shipped our way, and we obviously, deliberated over it, went back and forth, but ultimately we decided the fans, the people, needed to know the truth.
Well, it was fair to put it out there.
Right. And it's peculiar timing, but that's just how things happen. You can't really draw up why things happen in a world, especially on, X, like what's going on. But it was, well, first of all, let's get into this bracket. What's going on?
Yeah, so there's on X, you can find it. You follow Michael Severe on X there, best local podcast bracket. So there's 4 regions, much like the NCAA tournament.
Everybody knows Michael Severe. He's been on the Doug and Daddy show multiple times, good friends with Doug Duda and the crew. So, yeah, everybody knows Michael.
If he's not a Hall of Famer in Nebraska broadcasting, I'm sure he will be someday.
Oh, yeah.
He's got this tournament going on, and there's going to be polling by the people on Twitter, and that starts tomorrow. We happen to fall into the 8th seed in the Grit and the Glory region.
Where's the line? WTL made this tournament.
We made the tournament.
Okay.
We snuck in as an 8, so we're in the dance. We happen to be going up against the 1 seed, Locked On Nebraska.
Oh, boy.
Which, it was very unfortunate what we had to release today.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yesterday, I guess.
Yeah, that was tough. Yeah, it came out on Wednesday, and it was just a hot mic situation, which if you've been in broadcasting long enough, you probably got caught by a hot mic here or there.
Yes.
I almost lost a big contract for NCAA. That's a different story for a different day. But this time around, Mitch Sherman and Connor Happer, they do a fabulous job with Locked On Nebraska and that whole Locked On Empire, that network. And I really like that show. I do. I listen to it quite often. But they just had some, peculiar takes over comparing Tom Osborne to Mac Brown and Mac Brown's time at Texas. It was shocking.
Shameful things that nobody should ever say, especially if you are a Nebraska, you bleed Husker red, so to speak. But, it's a really unfortunate timing that this came out right before we're going head-to-head with them.
Yeah. I hope people still keep in mind just how talented they are and how good that podcast is.
Yeah, they are great. Locked On Nebraska. A really good show if you're a Husker fan, and I'm sure you are.
Right.
You're going to want to check out that show, but vote WTL. I mean, especially based on what you're
the latest information and what kind of has to happen. Like what Kid Rock said about Bud Light and Budweiser. They just need a spanking.
Yep.
But then after that, then we can go back to drinking Bud Light and Budweiser and having a good time, but maybe a little timeout. I will tip of the cap to Connor Happer. He did retweet that video.
Okay.
And if you haven't seen it, get on X. It's out there, and it's getting thousands and thousands of views. It's everywhere now. But he retweeted and said something to the effect of turn your mic off, kids. Learn your lesson. Turn your mic off. So, and like I said, if you've been in broadcasting long enough, you probably got caught by a hot mic.
Credit to Connor for owning up to what is just an absolute disaster of a timing situation for them.
Now, there was a quick comment made by Mitch Sherman. And I think now you're seeing the genius of why these two are so good together.
Okay.
You know, one guy's kind of a writer, more of a writer. One guy's more of a voice and a play-by-play guy. You know, different ages. Really good show. I love that show. But in the comments, Mitch Sherman writes, I'm not going to comment on whatever this is. So his comment is that he's not going to comment. Is he playing chess while we're all just trying to figure out checkers here?
He's really got me in a pretzel now in my brain. I mean,
it's Mitch Sherman.
He's commenting that he's not going to comment.
He's not going to comment. Which
is actually quite the comment. So
that's a statement.
Yeah, that is a statement. Oh, my. Wait, what a comeback from those guys.
And that's what I'm telling you, man. That's why they're so good. And I do feel like, all right, what's Mitch actually getting at here? What is he doing? You know,
more to come on that. I would assume.
Yeah, and so the voting has begun, I believe. And is all the voting going to be hosted at Michael Severe's?
That's my understanding. Is he's pushing them out on his handle.
Okay,
and
because obviously we're not really paying attention to this thing too much.
No, I mean
it's an honor to be nominated.
It's one of those things you're happy to make it to be nominated. Much like Laugh With Me, sometimes we're just happy to be there.
Right. We're dancing either way.
Exactly.
We made the tournament, top 32 podcasts in Nebraska, and they did expand it. It was just going to be like Husker football, but Michael Severe decided to expand it out to just local sports broadcasts, and I retweeted that right away. Like, well, the way that things are going and the impact that sports betting, sports gambling has on this industry, you got to have something like WTL in there.
You have to, and this is one of those.
It legitimizes the whole bracket, if you ask me.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, this whole thing's going to take a whole other level of gravity now that we've got sports betting. And I mean, look what it's done to the state and home tax. You know, your property taxes. I mean, this is big time.
There's been no relief to your property tax. They've only gone up over the last how many years? And here we go, Lance Morgan and company over there. Helping out the common man, the little man with their property taxes. And it allows guys like us to put a bet in every once in a while.
That's right, yep.
Not on Nebraska when they go to Iowa. That's
the rules.
That's the rules, and if you didn't know the rules, now you do. And we saw why once again.
I might get that tattooed on me.
Not in Iowa.
Not in Iowa.
You heard the horn. That means we're up against it, but let's take a minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is NordVPN. Browse, work, and play online with confidence thanks to their world-class cybersecurity. Shield your online activities, hide your virtual location, and block everyday internet threats with NordVPN. Receive up to 77% off when using our WTL link found down there in the description. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.
WTL. Gentlemen, what brings me to my next point. Don't smoke crack. WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Classen, joined by
the J.O.
The J.O. And March is right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we got to devote our attention. This was like the first week I got over my football. You know, I'm like, okay, it's gone. It's gone for a little while now.
Was it the 70-degree weather that kind of...
A little bit. We actually snuck down to one of those little sand pit lakes along the Platte River and just kind of had a fun little Sunday, you know. Even did the s'mores, the whole 9 yards.
Oh,
fire.
You know, we were shooting hoops out in the driveway the other night, and my son,
in the driveway.
You could smell fire pits, you know, in the air. My son's like, you know, we used to do that. We used to make fire. I'm like, yeah, you know, when
what
it wasn't,
saying, bud?
When it wasn't winter, like, come on.
Pressure's on.
It is on.
Yeah, so you got to get that thing, get it back out, roll it back out there. Now I'm going to have to do that. We got a Traeger for Christmas.
Oh, I love a Traeger.
Yeah.
I used to own a Traeger.
Okay.
Love it.
Got to get back in the game.
Oh, best pulled pork I've ever had, and rack of ribs.
It almost feels like it's a little too easy because I had one of those big green eggs, and man, it was like a freaking joke, like a Seinfeld episode. I would get it all going, and you get to that point where you have to like really watch the wind, the little wind tunnel bottom thing, and the doorbell would ring. I'm like, my doorbell never rings ever. And of course, I'd go there and I'd come back and be 900 degrees and the thing shot.
Luckily, the guy at the door was a Traeger salesman, and you got a Traeger. Is
that what it was?
That's what it was.
You could smell it. And he was like, oh, that smells like a ceramic. Better get over there. Now we're on to you, Traeger. But with the March around the corner, we got to get into NCAA basketball. The Big Ten making some big waves, kind of like they usually are. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to devote this entire segment to some of the smart bets, dumb bets, good bets that are really honed in on the Big Ten, and not just futures, but that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm trying to look ahead here to the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament, and one that kind of cropped up, and I like it quite a bit. And it could be recency bias because watch them take down the Huskers, Matt Painter and Purdue. I like Purdue to make the Final Four as a future. A little bit of a flyer here. And getting at plus 450. And
you've got Purdue, I would assume, then is like a 1 seed. Do you have a 1 seed or a 2 seed probably?
There would be a top 2 seed here.
Okay.
But there's what I'm looking at here is they're a top 10 in offensive efficiency.
Right.
They got really good guard play. I like their size. Even after Zach Edey, I thought maybe that might drop off. No, they still have a huge presence there. So there's really a lot to like, and they're a team that has some recent tournament success, experience, and I'm not trying to, bet on them winning the championship or this or that. All I want is 5 games. I want 5 games here at a plus 450.
That's a basketball team that's a true program with culture and experience, and they're always a threat. Even if they're not at the tippy top at that 1 seed, you gotta love you gotta love their experience and just kind of their size there.
Well, this also gives you a little wiggle room here as far as if you want to hedge. Like, let's say they get through that first weekend, now you can start to minimize risk. Okay, we got this in the bank. How can we depending on their matchup, hedge might be very conducive to get yourself out of a bad spot if you think they're not going to advance to that Final Four. So there's a couple different angles there, a couple of things that I like about Purdue, and I'll admittedly watching them kind of take it to Nebraska a little while ago.
Oh yeah,
probably is
probably helps.
my opinion on that.
Are you a guy that would look at a Purdue and actually want to place the bet that, hey, they're going to make the Final Four, or do you go like round by round and go, okay, I like that they're favored by 23. I think they're going to win by 30. Are you playing the lines there game by game, or are you just looking at, hey, these are my 4 teams that I think got a shot. I'm going to kind of play with my bets there.
I like that. I like sticking to your guns, but then keeping that flexibility. That's why I brought up the hedge. Like, I'm not gonna get tied to Purdue or any of these other predictions.
Right.
But right now at plus 500, plus 450, shop it around a little bit. I think that's great value coming out of the Big Ten.
Yeah, I love it. I think there's obviously Michigan is everyone's, favorite.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're a favorite, right?
Yeah.
But there's a team that's kind of looking hot right now despite getting stomped by Ohio State 2 nights ago. Number 24, Wisconsin. They look good.
Hey, you're not alone on this. Stanford Steve has them as one of 12 teams that could win the Natty this year.
And I totally agree with that. I mean, and you're going to get them at an incredible value.
Yeah.
I mean, you just looked at what you just said about Purdue. You're going to get probably double that, maybe close to, by taking on Wisconsin. But Wisconsin looks like a team that's getting hot at the right time.
Yeah, coming together.
And they're playing good competition. That Ohio State game, I'm just going to chalk that up for, bump in the road. We were already looking ahead. They've got a big matchup versus Iowa on Sunday that they're obviously, looking ahead to. So, Wisconsin, man, I keep an eye on them. I think depending on kind of what region and where they're sitting, there's an opportunity there.
Speaking of opportunities, and this isn't a solid one, but I just like this because of the brand. I'll admit it, because of the brand, the coach, and the program. Michigan State to make the Elite Eight. Okay, this is a plus 600, and they always just historically overperform in March. They're not having the best season, so nobody's on them, so you're getting really good odds compared to probably how good they actually are and how well coached they are. And this is another one where, okay, you don't like that, back that off a little bit. Just say 2 wins, make the Sweet 16. But there's a way here to bet Michigan State in March and come away with a little bit of change.
Well, there's more seasons that Izzo advances to the 16 and beyond than there's not. I mean, he's that good.
How many times have they made the Final Four and they're like an 8 seed or a 9 seed?
Correct.
And nobody's surprised that they're there. That's the thing. Like a couple of years ago, North Carolina made the Final Four and they were a low seed. And everyone's like, oh, wow, how'd they do that? But when Michigan State does it, everyone's like, oh, yeah, that's Tommy Izzo.
Yeah.
So
that's what Izzo does. I mean, he's
got a lot of history there.
It's just one of those things back in the day before NIL, and he's recruiting. If you went to Michigan State, you were going to experience Final Four in your career, in your 4 years at some point. That was the way it was going to work.
Yeah.
I like that because this season, this kind of how the season's flowing and kind of how the bracket's setting up. It's not just the top 4 teams. Don't go chalk. Like, it's not the top 4 teams. I mean, there's some good teams deep down into this thing.
There really is.
And that's where you look at coaching and you look at some of the experience there. I love that pick, actually.
Yeah, it feels like it's a flyer, but it's kind of a cheater.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to get real exotic here.
Okay.
This is how I'm going to use my 10 units. I'm going to make a 10-unit bet on March Madness, and this is going to be my Big 10 special, okay? We already heard one. Purdue. Make that Final Four. 3 units go there. Michigan State, Elite 8, 2.5 go there.
Okay.
Illinois, 2 units, national title.
Okay.
Nebraska, Sweet 16, 2.5. Now, where I might shift this around. I might go Illinois, 1 unit, Nebraska, 3.5 to make the Sweet 16.
So you're really thinking Nebraska is going to go on a run here?
A little bit of a run, not a big run. I'm just saying Sweet 16.
Well, Sweet 16 would be the best run this team's ever had.
Yeah, it would be.
It would be.
Round of 32 would be the best.
Yeah. Yes, it would.
I get it. I'm asking a lot here of these Huskers, especially, dropping 4 of the last 6 games. But their body of work is still what it is. And we know that they can travel. We know they got great defense, and that defense alone should get them to the Sweet 16. So I'll run that back. Purdue Final Four, that's 3 units.
Love it.
Michigan State Elite 8, 2.5.
Love it.
Illinois, just 1 unit, 1 of the 10. Then we'll bump Nebraska Sweet 16 up to 3.5 units.
You need a catchy name for this 10 play here.
Big 10 unit big.
10 units.
There's got to be something.
There's got to be something. I mean, come on, Grok's got to have something for us.
Yeah, we'll put that into Grok.
Okay.
And then we'll see what they come back with, and we'll bring that up next segment. How's that sound?
And you didn't even did you have Michigan in there at all?
No. Nope.
So you're staying clear of the number 1 team.
They're terrible odds. They're the most bet team in the nation right now to win the national title, and I hate that. That means the handle is skewing that number, those odds, way too much for a sharp better.
You know what's funny? I do not think. I know it might be considered a hot take. I don't think they will even play for the national championship, let alone win it. So yeah. I am with you there.
How can that be a hot take? That
I know, because there's so many people that are favoring them. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
That's
what I'm
why.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's plus 350. I think I saw to like make the Final Four of the championship. Like, get out of here.
Get out of here.
That's way too high. So you heard the horn. That means we're up against it, but we gotta take a minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners, and that is the linemakers.com. Newly reworked linemakers.com at that, where we don't chase the hype, we decode it, treating every wager like an investment, because that's what it is with us. Linemakers.com. We make it so you beat the book. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.
WTL. All right, Brain. You don't like me and I don't like you. But let's just do this and I can get back to killing you with beer. WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. You know what that stands for.
You compare prices when shopping for flights, hotels, cars. So why not small business insurance? At Simply Business, we'll show you policies that fit your business and a range of prices to help you save. Who knew buying insurance could be so simple? Visit simplybusiness.com for your free quote today.
For Where's the Line? Nebraska's first. and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Classen, joined by
the J.O.
The J.O. of the WTL. I feel good about this bracket that we're in.
I do too.
You know,
man.
I know we're the 8th seed. But I feel a lot of positive momentum and just how the stars are aligning with that unfortunate leaked video, the leaked audio.
It really is unfortunate timing.
Hot mic, it is. That's tough.
Yeah,
That's
Mitch
tough.
and Connor, you guys, turn the mics off. Turn the mics off.
It happens to the best of them. That's all I can say.
But no pressure at the 8th seed. I'm feeling really good about
right?
that.
We're just once again, we're happy to be dancing. We're happy to be part of the dance. We got invited late, and but I do feel like this is 1985 Villanova Wildcats, who are an 8th seed.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't even been there. They go on that run and they take down the Natty. So we've already seen it. It's happened before. Why can't it happen again?
Go to Michael Severe's X handle and get your voting. He's got polls going.
Yep.
Best local sports podcast, and it's I like our chances. Honestly.
I think the matchup people want to see is WTL versus Schick and Nick on the other side.
Oh, that would be a dream matchup.
Right? I think so. So we'll see how it goes, though. The votes are open, and we'll just play it by ear, I guess.
What a shame that would be if we did end up going up against them and
Have to take them
they
down.
had leaked footage.
Oh.
What a shame that would be.
See, and that's what I'm worried about, because that I think the tweet said a courageous hero, a brave hero, an anonymous hero came forward and gave us that.
Yep.
So we know there's a lot of heroes out there. We love you guys. So we'll see what happens. But the here and now, this has become a signature part of our show. I mean, we're way out in front of this, and it's the prediction markets. And we go through Call Sheet, Polymarket, Robinhood, and we find the sports angle, the Nebraska angle. Sometimes we make the platform ourselves.
That's right.
Sometimes you got to do it.
We are innovators.
We are innovators, like the Gonzalez guy who bet that, hey, I bet there's going to be a streaker at the Super Bowl. And it was him.
Yeah.
You got to make your own luck sometimes.
Yes, you do.
And that's what these prediction markets kind of open the door. One of the things they do for you. So I know you got a couple there. I know I have a couple hot ones here. You said last week, topical. I got some topical ones.
They're very topical.
Very topical this week. So let's get things started.
All right. The NBA, they can't get, we were talking off air.
What are you talking about? The All-Star game just happened. It's great.
And this is like the best time. A lot of people say the season starts after the All-Star break or maybe even after Christmas Day. Mm-hmm. But when you can't do your All-Star break right and everybody's just complaining about it, I mean, you're getting in your own way. Here's the deal. Here's how bad the NBA is right now. They have teams tanking ahead of the All-Star break.
Yikes.
The Utah Jazz are getting investigated right now for the tanking that's happening.
Ouch.
Before the All-Star break. So that's where we're at now, right? It didn't used to be that way. It used to be just a couple of months before the season ends. Now it says the prediction here is that within the next 2 years, there will be an NBA team that will just straight up start forfeiting games. They're not going to bench their best players.
Okay.
They're just going to forfeit games.
I mean, you already have that happening right now where people are saying they're not even trying to hide it. They're not even.
Right. But
they're going to take that to the next level.
Next level, they're going to cancel the whole thing. They're going to save the money for concessions workers and all that, ticket takers and whatever. They're beer salesmen. They're just going to shut down the whole operation for a night and just say, you know what? We're going for pick number one.
Boy, numbers would be so bad, right? Because, I mean, what's your profit margin? You'd know better than I have on a tall boy beer. What is it like $8 profit, $12 profit?
Huge money, yeah.
And they're just going to say, nope, not worth it.
Not worth it. Not when you get a lottery pick.
Ouch.
So that's where the NBA's at.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go down to the NCAA ranks right now, and this is another thing that people just can't get enough of. Mick Cronin, coach of the UCLA Bruins, which he's been on a heater all season with the post game interviews. I saw a fun little 1 minute video of his best comebacks.
He's got some good ones, yeah.
My God, those are zingers, man. I wish we could get him on the show. But a couple nights ago against Michigan State, a Michigan State transfer from Michigan State to UCLA was Stephen Jimerson III, in a blowout loss late in the game to Michigan State, gets a flagrant foul, and it was a bad one where he's coming from behind, he hits a guy in the head area. Mick Cronin ejects his own player.
What?
The official's just like, no, it's just a foul. It's just a foul, 2 free throws and they get the ball out of bounds. And Mick's like, no, he's out of here. So he ejects him out of the game. I think Big Ten officials, NCAA, they're looking at this thinking this is gaining so much attention. This has so many people thinking, well, clapping for the coach. It's going to take on a life form of its own where the opposing coach gets to eject other players.
Oh.
So you get to eject a player on the other team next season. This is going to take a while to get through. But next season, like Hoiberg will be able to eject, let's say, an Iowa Hawkeye if he thinks he's being a little too physical or, gets into an altercation or something. I think this is where it has to go.
Talk about playing chess over checkers. I mean, you got a whole other level of. So it would only happen if there's a flagrant?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how this is going to.
I mean, we don't make the rules.
I don't make the rules. I just think the NCAA is looking at all the clicks, all the attention, how people are watching a garbage game. It was a blowout, 82-59, and that's what was trending on Google like 48 hours after the game. Can't argue the numbers.
Wild that he ejected his own player.
Yep.
My favorite part of that is the ref's like, no. It's just a flagrant one. And then the coach, it's like the coach was getting the get right call. And he ejected his own guy.
See? That's where it's gonna take on a life of its own, and we're gonna see more freedom for coaches to just do what they gotta do for their guys.
This guy belongs in the NBA. He should not be in college. That's great.
All right, you got another one?
Absolutely. NBA. They're on a heater right now.
Yeah.
Post All-Star game, just the vibes are low, as we discussed.
Yeah.
The prediction here is coaches are going to begin to call timeout strictly because the vibes are low.
Oh.
Forget strategy, stop momentum, all that. I think coaches are going to start to look around the arena and be like,
Our fans need another Dodge truck commercial. Those are entertaining commercials right now. That's better than what we're seeing. That's
100%. I think coaches, I mean, that's the thing. Between your prediction and this one, I mean, coaches, they have a lot to think about now.
They do.
I truly believe NBA coaches are just going to take a look around, and it's not going to be about strategy.
Yeah, they don't need this.
Simply the vibes are off.
Yep, vibes are off, and we need to sell more Goodyear tires.
Now, I would say the Clippers, if you're a coach for the Clippers, I can't imagine you ever calling that timeout because the vibes have to be high. That's a beautiful arena.
Yeah.
That's where they hosted the All-Star weekend. And holy cow, what a beautiful arena.
Yeah. And that's just got to call timeout. So, okay. That's actually a rule that they might do. Okay, we're getting to the topical one now. Top of mind for a lot of Husker fans right now. We're going to go back to the loss to Iowa post-game. Iowa students stormed the court. Don't have a problem with that. I would have liked to see more security around the players at least,
right.
Especially because you had a transfer from Iowa and they were, chanting things before the game, during the game, Anyhow, one fan got in the face of Fred Hoiberg. This is under investigation now. It said something to the effect of, good game, bud, and put the cell phone in front of him. And Hoiberg just slapped it. Just slapped that phone right out of his hand. And that's just been buzzing on X ever since, and social media all over the place. Well, Mr. Dana White saw that.
Oh.
You know Dana White.
Yeah.
Yeah, the CEO of UFC. Well, you know what else he's the founder and owner of?
That slap competition.
Power Slap.
Yeah.
He saw that, and he's already contacted Mr. Hoiberg, Coach Hoiberg, for the Power slapping fight, promotional fight, and he's got a couple names already lined up. And I think Herky the Hawk was one of them.
Needs slapped.
He needs slapped. And then this hits on a couple of different levels. I mean, the NBA just can't get out of their own way, like you said. B.J. Armstrong.
Oh.
That's an Iowa alum.
Yes.
And a Chicago Bull alum. And the Chicago Bull fans still hate Hoiberg. They hate the mayor there in Chicago. So you're getting kind of a 2-for-1 here. B.J. Armstrong, Iowa alum, and a Chicago Bull great.
You think they could host this at Memorial Stadium and just sell it out?
They would sell it out. I mean, and we always talk about Dana White makes it happen.
He does.
So here we go. We got Power Slap. We got a high-profile coach, mad at Iowa. We got an Iowa alum or the mascot. I don't care. I just want to see Hoiberg do Hoiberg things here.
I want to see that mascot head just spin.
Oh, that would be great.
Just spin.
Like a cartoon.
Yes. That'd be so awesome.
Herky don't got the stones to go toe-to-toe with Hoiberg with the mayor, does he?
No, he doesn't. Well, it is Mardi Gras season. I don't know if you're aware of this. We just had Fat Tuesday.
Okay.
On Tuesday. Mardi Gras was going on right before that.
That makes sense.
Actor Shia LaBeouf. Have you seen what he's been up to?
Yeah, he gotten. Well, I don't know exactly what happened, but something happened down there at Mardi Gras with.
I think the quote is that Shia is terrorizing Mardi Gras. He has just been going buck wild.
That sounds fun. I want to terrorize.
It sounds awesome. Yeah. He just got arrested. So he was for a while sober. He is not breaking news. He is currently not sober.
Okay.
He was arrested because he headbutted a guy. His arms were in his T-shirt for whatever reason, maybe staying warm in the middle of the night. He headbutted a guy. He ended up spending a night in jail. My prediction here is that Shia LaBeouf will wear his Mardi Gras beads to his court hearing. Sounds like this is pretty much a lock.
That does sound like a lock, and that does sound like something on Polymarket.
Yeah, that probably is on Polymarket right now. Yep.
One of my favorite tweets from Polymarket, and then they've done this a couple of times now, but the return of Jesus Christ actually has greater odds than LeBron James Lakers making the playoffs.
Oh, no.
They fell just under 2%, and JC coming back to Jerusalem, that went over 2%. And you know what? We could all use a little more Jesus, right?
We could.
So, I mean, maybe the timing's good here, and it really does show you how bad the NBA's got it going on right.
Yeah, that's
NBA and Shia LaBeouf.
One of the
They're in the doghouse.
all-time great players. The odds are that he will not win a championship. Instead, Jesus Christ will return.
That's a real. People think we're always making fun and doing no, that's not a shtick.
That's a real one.
Actual.
Oh man, can you imagine if he actually came back? Like how much
to
he'd
troll
have to...
LeBron. Even
just
Jesus.
to troll LeBron. Look at them toes, man. What you been doing? He just starts roasting LeBron.
Yeah,
man, you ain't great. MJ's great. I've been talking to Kobe. He's great.
Just rolling out in his sandals like, I came back for this.
Oh, no.
Easter's right. We said March is right around the corner. Easter's coming back, so.
Oh, that is topical.
I got another topical one. I know we're pretty much up against here, but Troy Dannon, Nebraska's AD. He keeps a Rolodex and he keeps numbers on hand. And he's really keeps, and that's why I really like him as an AD. He listens to all of his coaches, softball, baseball, basketball, football. Like he really supports his coaches. Well, he saw what happened in Iowa, and they're using words like defensive slugfest. Boxing match was actually in an Iowa newspaper describing the game against Nebraska. That 57-52 loss Nebraska took care of or got beaten. That one kid, Bennett Sturtz, went off for 25 points, but it was brought up multiple times that he was holding Price Sanford. He was just grabbing him and not letting him, get away. And people are talking about it at length on the national scale. Like, yeah, like if you do it every play, you can't call it every play. How do you do that?
It just becomes part of the play, yeah.
So he knows a guy that knows a thing or two about holding. He's going to bring back a coach. Donovan Raiola, the offensive line coach, is going to come back to help the holding issues we have with the basketball team.
That's fantastic.
Right?
He's coming back.
Well, I think he's going to extend the call, and we got to see how Polymark is going to react to this. Like, what's the
just
money come in?
See where the money comes in.
Yeah, does you get paid out if he accepts the job to help with the holding issues that the basketball team's incurring, especially against teams like defensive-minded teams like Iowa, or is it just if he extends the offer, can we cash?
Oh, you just created the new way that universities and professional teams are going to actually choose their coaches. I could 100% see names getting floated out, put it on Polymarket. What do the people think?
Troy Dan's going to look at them and like, oh, got to get Raiola back.
Got to get him
Got to get him back on the basketball coaching staff.
If he comes back, QB1's not too far behind him.
Just put that on Polymarket too.
Baby Mahomes.
We'll see what's going on.
He's back.
Mini Mahomes, here we go. That's our prediction market segment. Don't go anywhere. This is WTL.
WTL.
Capitalism is the only way, Leslie. It moves our country forward. It's what makes America great, and England okay, and France terrible.
WTL.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the Line? Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Classen, joined by
The J.O.
The J.O. Thought that was a very productive prediction market segment we had.
It really was.
You know, we touched all bases. That was a home run.
Everything from, everything from Shia LaBeouf to Jesus Christ himself.
And he compares himself to JC a lot. So
He very much does.
it all kind of like came together, you know, in Nebraska coaching, Dana White, all the big hitters.
Well, hey, what do you think?
Heading into March, all the big hitters.
What do you think if Jesus Christ actually came back? What do you think the first thing he would ask us?
Ooh, boy, I never really thought of that. He would probably say something to the effect of, "What the hell?" Right? You just
make a statement.
You just make a statement. I don't. Yeah.
I think he'll ask for the Wi-Fi password. He's got a lot to catch up on. You know, he's just.
You don't think he's on top of it?
I mean, that's
what's going on here.
On top of it, did you? He's
Yeah.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah. He's up there. You know,
double entendre. I love it.
We got to get back into the NCAA March Madness that's about to occur here, and we have some hot takes, not so hot takes, and just good all-around bets, future bets, when looking at who to maybe make a little wager on, who to maybe a little sprinkle on. But we are all honed in on March Madness. Like I said earlier, I finally feel like, okay, football's over, put it in the shelf, but that's okay because we got Nebraska basketball, Nebraska baseball, and softball.
And they're doing well, too.
Shout out even the Creighton Blue Jays knocking off UConn at home.
Yeah.
Boy, they just got that guy's number, don't they?
They do. It's wonderful. There's nobody better who deserves it more.
Oh, Hurley gets so mad. He gets so mad at the Creighton Blue Jays. It's pretty wild. I've been to a couple of those games live, and yeah, he just carries himself he just looks so angry all the time and just glaring at random fans. Like,
well, he was taking it out on his own fans earlier in the week,
yeah,
too.
He was.
Man, that's
what's going on, Coach?
It's Coach. Chill out, man. Yeah, maybe he should have taken that Lakers job.
Right? Couldn't be doing any worse than that.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, so I'll let you start this one off. What do you got?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, March Madness, we're talking, some hot takes and predictions here. I think that this is a deep, deep field.
Oh, yeah.
I 100% believe this one will not go chalk. Too many good teams this year. I mean, honestly, you could probably go 16 deep and make an argument. I mean, really. Yeah. And Nebraska's one of those teams that you could make an argument for.
I mentioned earlier that Stanford Steve on the podcast with SVP, Scott Van Pelt, he has 12 teams that he believes could win the Natty, and Nebraska was one of them.
Absolutely. And, all things considered, you think about it, you get the conference tournament time, then you get a little bit of time out after that. There's some time to get healthy, and no, I think Nebraska is certainly one of those teams. But this one's not going chalk. So the last few years we've looked at top 4 seeds, Final Four.
Yep.
Not this time.
No. So, and I'll piggyback off that, and I'll give you the 3 most popular bets right now. The 3 teams that are getting most the handle when it comes to winning the championship outright or just making the Final Four. And of course, we've already alluded to this. The Michigan Wolverines are way out in front. And that's really impacting this line. I'm looking at a plus 320, 325 consensus for them to win the championship. That's insane. That's insane when you think of how the tournament breaks down. You got to win 6 games in a row. And I really like Michigan, and I think they're great, but
Kind of reminds
plus
me of
325?
Husker volleyball.
Yeah.
Remember how they were the ultimate favorite all season long?
Yeah.
When you get into the tournament, I mean, it doesn't mean the best always wins. So, Yeah, it really reminds me of that.
And the Arizona Wildcats are the second most heavily bet team right now at a plus 500. And there's not much not to like about Arizona. But, you get to listen to like the Joe Lenardis and those types. They poke holes in Arizona's game, but they look so long and athletic, and they can score at will. It's tough to get past them.
I'd take Houston over Arizona.
Well, they're coming up here. Yeah. The next most bet, no surprise here, the Duke Blue Devils at a consensus plus 650, and that's totally, they've only lost a couple games.
Yep.
But people are betting on legacy and brand name bias when it comes. I feel that way when you're talking about the field's open to 16 teams that could legitimately take it down, and Duke's just the third most heavily bet team.
I think I saw that Duke's playing. They're hosting Michigan on Saturday.
It's gonna be fun.
Michigan's a 2.5-point favorite. To your point, that it's crazy all the love on Michigan
at Cameron.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are we doing? Like, come on, guys. Come on.
Wild.
Okay, so you mentioned Houston. Now, these are the three smartest future bets that I was able to find, and Houston's right there at a plus 750. Love their coaching. They got the experience. They've been on quite a run under Coach Sampson the last 3 or 4 years, and they're just not priced at a point where, like, Michigan's line's getting impacted by the public right now heavily, and Houston's none of those things. But I'll tell you what they are. They might be the best defense in the country.
Yes.
We talked about how Iowa kind of beat up Nebraska defensively. Yep. Iowa does that night in and night out with a high-flying offense.
Right. And Houston, you might be thinking, well, they just lost to Iowa State. First of all, Iowa State's a pretty good team.
Yeah.
It was on the road. Mm-hmm. And, Houston had them. They were up, but, 10 with not much left to play. It was just some Hilton magic. I mean, it's all that was. So Houston's a really good team. I love the value there.
And I'll follow that with Iowa State's your second best future bet here at plus 1,200. And for everything I just said about Houston, carbon copy that for Iowa State. And, oh, by the way, Iowa State just beat Houston. So the proof's in the pudding. If
yes,
I think Houston can do it, then I really like doubling those odds at a plus 1,200 for Iowa State. Mm. It's just that, no Hilton magic, though.
No.
In the tournament.
And then to the point, this thing's not going chalk. A lot of good teams this year. All right, so I need your opinion on this. During college football season, after so many weeks, the committee comes out with their ranking of teams for the college football playoff.
Mm-hmm.
College basketball is starting to do this now.
Oh,
so
really?
This week or next week, we're going to see a top 16 list of teams from the committee.
Another list.
Correct. Heading into, just a month out from the tournament. In my opinion, this is going to ruin the fun of March Madness and getting to see the reveal of the bracket for the first time and holding the bracket and being excited about the bracket. And it's going to turn into arguing about teams being ranked here, ranked there, whatever, much like college football playoff.
This is all manufacturing content is what it is.
Yeah.
And then we can bicker about, they should be ranked 7th, not 13th, and it's already clear as mud, and it's kind of fun when you see these I was going to say idiots, but whatever. When they dive into like Ken Palm rankings.
The Ken Palm.
And just throw out the window that, if Duke was so good, why are they a dog at home?
Right.
Right.
Right. And the thing is, ESPN, like the flagship, shouldn't be like manufacturing content like this. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Let the games happen.
Yes.
Like the storyline's already written. You already have Michigan versus Duke. Like, it's there. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, we're ruining it. We're ruining March Madness. We're ruining that season.
We really are. And like I said, it's already clear as mud and ridiculous enough with Ken Palm rankings and conferences, the SEC versus the Big Ten, the Big East saying, what about us? What about us? We got all these champions.
I know.
Okay. All right. It's fun. It's fun. But we don't need another rankings, do we?
No, we don't.
And that's coming out top 16.
Top 16.
So that's going to play into who they think should be in the Sweet 16, and then they're going to get seeded in that way to, all the things that you said about the BCS back in the day.
Correct.
Self-fulfilling prophecy type stuff. those 16 teams are going to get that road to make the Sweet 16.
Correct, because they need to be right. Yeah,
they need to be right.
They need to be right.
Well, that'll about do it for us this week on Where's the Line. Be sure to check us out on YouTube and our YouTube Shorts, especially on each and every game day over the weekend for the latest edge. We got Jabron back in the fold talking
Parlay
UFC,
Pounder.
the Parlay Pounder. We got that UFC White House. That's already a spectacle, and it's so far out. But then you got Netflix trying to go head-to-head with them.
I saw that big Ronda Rousey. Oh, that's going to be a big fight.
Gina Caruso, however you say her name. She's coming out of retirement, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We also got the golf guys giving us some content as far as who they like, some of those wild plays. I'll tell you what, Scheffler made a run at the Pro-Am.
He did.
He made a run there, so we're not just NCAA basketball or football. We're getting into golf, UFC, so all hands on deck moving forward. For the J.O., Jeremy Odem, I'm Andy Classen. Thank you for listening. This has been WTL.